Welcome back to our Leaf Blower Revolution guide. In this guide, we're talking about how to effectively farm the Halloween event boss and everything to do with that boss. Now, with the boss, there are some preparations that we have to do before we actually get into fighting it, so I'm going to take you through those preparations now. First off, we need to go down into our bismuth shop and make sure our ALB bumper enemy bumper is turned on. This will mean that we are able to get our ALBs to bump into the enemy. As this boss does not allow, it does not take the damage from our main game, meaning that our slap damage and our blower damage does not affect the boss. The only damage that it takes is the amount of hits that we do hit it. So we need to make sure that our ALBs are able to hit the boss. The next thing that we're going to make sure we do is go into the BLC shop and make sure that our ALB pathing is set to T center, which means that the ALBs will target the center every 6 seconds, and it will continually bump into the boss once that 6 seconds is up, and because it is constantly targeting the center, which is where we want those ALBs to be. That is all for the settings, so let's go into what we actually need to give us the most amount of time and damage for the boss. As you will most likely run out of the timer, which is the blue bar above the boss, we need to make sure our HP and our damage resistance is as high as we can get it. The first step with that is going to go into our crafting, and we want to make our leaf set here. The properties that we're going to want is our absolute damage resistance, maxed out with shards, and we want to max out our player HP as well with as many shards as we can. The next one we want to have is damage resistance, and this is going to be unsharded as well. Do this as much as you can across each of your leaves so you have a full set of player HP and damage resistance. The next place we're going to go to increase our resistance and HP is going to be with our pets, and we need to make sure that we have Spider Bro on, as this will increase our HP, regeneration rate, and also damage resistance, which will help us as well. Another thing is that if you do have a lot of equips, mainly the leaf helmet, which increases your player HP by 0.5%, that will also help as well, as long as all the other equipments here that will help with your damage resistance and HP. That is it for our preparation, so let's get into killing the boss for our first time. So we want to go into the areas, go to the events, and we want to teleport to the cursed Halloween area right here, which is where the boss is going to be. If you're still unable to kill the boss, then there are a couple of things that we need to do to help us get the damage required. One more thing that we want to use our trouts, as the trout give us an extra hit every second, which will also help get the damage required. So if you're unable to get enough damage to kill the boss, then we need to head over to the Borb Claw machine, as the Borb Claw machine allows us to get these jack-o'-lanterns, which is the event currency. So you just want to keep playing the Borb Claw machine till you get enough jack-o'-lanterns to upgrade the upgrade in the event shop called the Cursed Weakness. This Cursed Weakness effectively increases our damage against the boss by 100%, or increases our damage against the boss by 1 per hit, which is going to add up so we can keep getting the milestones for the boss and keep defeating it. As the boss continually gets harder and harder every time we beat it, so it is ineffective to actually farm jack-o'-lanterns or borb-lanterns, whatever you want to call them, from the boss. Once you've got a couple of Cursed Weakness, you may start to be able to beat the boss, and we can start more effectively getting jack-o'-lanterns. The reason being is every 3 kills of the Cursed Cheese boss, we get additionally 1 more jack-o'-lantern in the Borb Claw machine when we get one. So once we've killed it about 3 times, we'll be getting an additional jack-o'-lantern Borb in the machine. So we want to go back to the Borb Claw machine, and we want to farm up 75 more Borbs, jack-o'-lanterns. Once we have 75, we're able to get the upgrade called Borbo Digs. What this is going to allow is shovels to dig up these jack-o'-lanterns, which means that we can essentially AFK farm, and it will be very effective, as if you're going to sleep and you want to leave the game open or going AFK for a bit, that farming is going to be very helpful. Now we want to continually farm those jack-o'-lanterns till we get to about 3 or 4, but 5 out of 5 levels in Borbo Digs is what we're aiming for. Once you've got a reasonable level in Borbo Digs, we can start focusing on our cursed weakness, which is going to be just farming jack-o'-lanterns, which basically increases the amount of times we can kill the boss, meaning that we can get more jack-o'-lanterns. When you start to get to about, let's just say, 20 cursed weaknesses and above, you'll find that digging will start to become slower and slower, so we need to go back into the Borb Claw machine and we want to start farming it here. It is a lot quicker to farm jack-o'-lanterns or Borbo lanterns in the Borb Claw machine. As we can see here, I can get 33 jack-o'-lanterns for each time I pick up one of these Borbs here, meaning that we can much quickly get these Borbs. Now, once we keep doing this, we just want to keep cycling through this method of killing the boss and then going back into the Borb Claw machine, purchasing the upgrade of Curse Weakness, going back to killing the boss, and then going back into the Borb Claw machine constantly until we can reach up to 125 kills. This 125 kills is going to be an event milestone, meaning that we can use one of the artifacts in the late game go up to an Ascension Leaf 6, which is going to be massive if you are at that stage of the game. That is going to be it for our farming guide on the Halloween event. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below, and make sure you like and subscribe as well. I'll see you in the next one.